Judge Weimer, Judge Weimer, Judge Weimer. Judge Weimer, how are you, sir? Hope you're doing okay. Judge Weimer, as promised, I told you that every day I'm going to be releasing a very specific body cam that's going to show this community what this police department is doing to my brother Mustafa Al-Jazari. Now, Judge Weimer, in about 4 hours, I'm going to be releasing a home video, a follow-up to the police body cam that I released yesterday. Yesterday, I released the conversation that 9-year-old Pharaoh had with the police department, with the police lady, telling her that it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery. Now, this police body cam, for the past 19 months, the county hid from the community. As a matter of fact, it was never talked in court. They never brought that up in court. And when you read the discovery, it's nowhere in the discovery. It's nowhere in the police report. They falsified 9-year-old Pharaoh's statements. They never put in the police report that Pharaoh is telling the forensic lady with the police department that it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery. Now, I'll tell you what they're doing here, sir. They conveniently left that out of the police report so that Commonwealth Amy Ashworth charges Mustafa with murder. Now, once you find this out, once you find out that Pharaoh is saying that it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery, it was never Mustafa's idea. The question here is, how could you charge Mustafa with premeditated murder if it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery? Now, Judge Weimer, let's talk.
Young girl don't want that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb.
If any of that comes to anywhere on the
Spin on the
internet,
first and the third. Solid, don't keep them my word. Can't be my equal, know what you heard. Crank up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge.
Judge Weimer, yesterday I asked you a question, a very specific question. Amy Ashworth says that she's charging Mustafa with murder, that this is premeditated. Now that we're watching this video, and Dorothy's child, Pharaoh, 9-year-old Pharaoh, says that it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery, how could it be premeditated murder? Now, Judge Weimer, I promised you one thing, that every day we're going to be releasing either a home video or a police body cam. And in the name of transparency, in the name of my First Amendment, we're going to talk about what's happening in this county. And we're going to get to the bottom of whether you are complicit or you're just too dumb to figure out what's happening here. Either way, sir, I'm here to release body cams out to you, and we're asking for accountability. As a matter of fact, fuck asking for accountability, I'm demanding accountability. Judge Weimer, in about 4 hours, I'm going to be releasing the home video to what Pharaoh was talking about. Now, Pharaoh says Mustafa never wanted to go to the cemetery. He woke up tired, and it was Dorothy's idea to go to the cemetery. Now, that's what Pharaoh says, but I find it disturbing that in the police report, when you read the police report, nowhere in the police report do you find Pharaoh saying that in the police report. They left that out of the police report. Now, I find that convenient, and I find that very disturbing. Because once you put that in the police report, you can no longer charge Mustafa with premeditated murder. Amy Ashworth, you have a lot of explaining to do, ma'am. A lot of explaining to do. This community is watching, and the longer that you stay silent, the community is questioning what you're doing here. You've got home videos that Amy Ashworth refused to look at. You've got police body cams that are not reflected in the police reports. And the problem here When you talk to the police department, they tell you that the Commonwealth Attorney Office is separate from our police department. That Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is the one that brings up charges. And when you talk to Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, she says, I rely on my investigators to bring up charges. Well, if you're relying on your investigators and you're reading these police reports that are not reflecting what's really happening here, who are we going to hold accountable? You have police officers that are lying about Mustafa, that are leaving crucial information out of this investigation, conveniently leaving information out of this investigation. When Farrow says Dorothy wanted to go to, it was her idea to go to the cemetery, and they leave that out of the police report, they're specifically, and they're doing that on purpose. And you find out that they're doing that on purpose to target Mustafa. Are they really investigating in a vehicle accident? It doesn't look like it. I mean, the dash camera shows us a vehicle accident. The police mechanic inspected the vehicle and found out that there's brake failure. Mustafa's blood work, no alcohol, no drugs. What else? What do we have here? There is no argument inside the vehicle, but yet you have the police report falsified. That Dorothy's child says it was Dorothy's idea, that's left out of the police report. You have investigator that's relying on witnesses that's never been there. It's all hearsay, but they're pretending that these are witnesses. We're gonna get to the bottom of what they're doing to my brother Mustafa Al-Jazari. Amy Ashworth, prosecutor Sarah Sammy, thought that they were gonna go up to you, that their investigators were gonna falsify the police reports, and they're gonna go up to you and seal off these body cams. Judge Weimer, I think that plan failed miserably now that the body cams are being released. And there is nothing anybody can do anything about it. You can't come after me. I'm third party. I'm exercising my First Amendment. I never signed a protective order. So by law, there's nothing you can do to me. Now, the longer this goes on, the worse it is for Commonwealth Amy Ashworth and this county. The fact that they're not coming out to this community and addressing what's on these body cams shows how guilty they are. Amy Ashworth, what are you doing having me run around like a Tasmanian devil in this county releasing body cams, and you're not saying anything about it? I think the whole community find that very interesting. Judge Weimer, in about 4 hours, I'm going to be releasing the home video inside Mustafa apartment that show that it was never Mustafa's idea to go to the cemetery. That it was Dorothy's idea, just like Dorothy's child, 9-year-old Farrow, said. It was Dorothy that wanted to go to the cemetery. It wasn't Mustafa's idea. It was Dorothy. The home video is going to show exactly that. So, Judge Weimer, I think your Commonwealth Attorney, Amy Ashworth, is not going to be able to get away with charging my brother with premeditated murder.